Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys? I hope you are all in a good health and studying hard. Today we are going to start chapter 6, section 2. In the previous section we talked about electrical charges. We said we have positive and negative charges. In this section we will talk about electric force and the scientist who discovered the electrical force. The scientist's name is Coulomb. That's why we have Coulomb's law here. According to Coulomb, electrical force is the attraction force between two charges with opposite sign, and repulsion force between two charges with the same sign. So, according to Coulomb, if you have two charges opposite sign, they will attract each other, for example positive and negative. But if you have two charges with the same sign, positive and positive or negative and negative, they will repel each other. In general, Coulomb's law says electrical force between two charged particles directly proportional with the charge but inversely proportional with the square distance. So according to Coulomb, here we have the law. It says electrical force Fc is the force occurs as a result of two charges. Here we have Q and Q2 and the distance between them, r squared, but it is directly proportional with the charge but inversely proportional with the distance between them. That's why this rule in general has two names: Coulomb's electrical force law, or it's called as inverse square law, because we have a square here, r distance square. So F is electrical force, Kc is Coulomb's constant, charge 1 is Q1 and charge 2 is Q2 over distance square, which is r squared. But Coulomb got this rule from another scientist. His name was Newton. Here we have the rule. This is called as Newton's general gravity law. If you remember before, we took Fg, gravitational force, as m times g. It means mass times gravity. That was Newton's gravity law for one object. But this rule here is Fg, g times m1 m2 over r squared. This is called as general gravity law of Newton, and we use this to find the gravitational force between two objects. So Coulomb took his rule from Newton's gravitational general gravity law. We have some notes about Coulomb's law. Note 1 is said Coulomb's law is taken from Newton's general gravity law, which is Fg is equal to g m1 m2 over r squared. Second note says if the distance between charges become half, the force will increase by 4. What does that mean? We said this rule is called as inverse square law. Distance is inversely proportional with force. So if distance decreases by half, force will increase by 4. We also have the constants here, the same constant. So we said the same constant will be used here. For electron, we have charge 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and mass 9.109 times 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. Also for proton, same charge was positive. Mass is equal to 1.673 times 10 to the power minus 27 for neutron also. And we have in this rule we have Kc, Coulomb's constant. We will use the same constant here as 8.99 times 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Fifth note says Newton's gravity constant which was used in here, is G, is 6.67 times 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Thank you for listening.